Good morning, everyone. Good evening. Today, we're going to talk about monthly specials for March, the best, the latest, and the greatest. And we've got some amazing specials all over the world. We're doing national and international. So depending on where you are, you're going to hear about your local specials, or you're going to hear about some specials from a little bit further away. So if you're joining us from Southeast Asia, good evening. If you're joining us from Europe, good afternoon. And you're with me from the US, good morning. It is actually 7 a.m. here because I'm in a different time zone. And very soon that's going to shift. Praise God, because we are going to daylight savings, or daylight savings time is ending. Daylight savings is ending. And if I'm wrong, tell me in the chat. And we're going to reset our clocks. Now, some people are going to complain because they're going to say we're going to lose an hour. In the US, we set our clocks ahead in the spring. So we fall back, we set our clocks back. And in the spring, we spring ahead, right? So we're going to be springing ahead. Yes, some of us are going to be losing an hour, and I know some people are just not happy about that. But what it does for me is I get an extra hour of sleep because I can start at exactly 12 hours difference as opposed to 13 or 14 like I am right now. So let's get started. I want to share what we've got to say with you. Here we go. You can see that. Can you see my, okay, I think you can see my screen, and I'm going to hit play. There we go. Okay, terrific. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about some of the best, the latest and greatest essential oil specials for March. So number one on the hit parade, we want to welcome everybody who's here. I think we've got some really interesting specials this month. I'm always fascinated by what doTERRA offers us, and this month is no different. I don't know if I was expecting these specials. I don't know. Sometimes I actually guess them, which is crazy. I think I've been around long enough that I get to the point where, yeah, you know, in March we should get, or in February we should get, which is kind of fun. But here's what we're getting right now. I want to welcome anybody, especially those people that are new. So happy that you're on with us today. Tell me in the chat if you are new so that I can say hi. And if you are you're logging in, or you're joining us from a totally different country, that one of the ones that I didn't mention, I'd love to know that too. We're going to start with some of the USA specials, which is a really good, I think the beauty of the USA specials is it kind of drives a lot of the other specials. The other thing is, if you love something and you're outside of the US, you can order it via NFR, or not for resale. And that is true with just about any market, especially any markets that are GAC or global access. So the US specials are available to everyone, wherever you are. So our three specials today are 10% off is our Turmeric 15 milliliter. And then our Ravintsara is our product of the month. Meaning that if you order over 125 PV before the 15th of the month, you will receive this as part of your order. And for new customers who enroll with an order of at least 150 PV, they will receive a deep blue, a 15 milliliter deep blue, free with their order. So let me tell you a little bit about how to use some of these products, because I think that's kind of important. When we think about turmeric, we want to think about maybe adding some of these products to our daily routine. So either using them in your cream, in your supplements, you can using them as supplements, or applying them directly to the skin. We can also, whoops, I'm sorry, everybody. We can use our turmeric in diffusers. We can blend it with other things. And we can also, I'm looking for my notes. That's why I'm looking down. I'm not trying to be rude. I just want to make sure that I have all my notes here, and whether or not you know it. Sometimes you see me looking down or around. Here we go. Now I've got my notes. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about Ravintsara. So Ravintsara has a lot of cleansing benefits, and also refreshing. And we want to make sure that we're diffusing it in our rooms, using as a carrier oil for diluted massage. You can add 1 or 2 drops with Epsom salt to a bath to get really some kind of muscle relaxation. I tend to think of Ravintsara, and you know there are 2, as a breathing or assistance with any sort of stuffiness we might have, if you're sort of being challenged by seasonal threats. This is a wonderful product for you to use. You can add a few drops to a spray bottle and then spray it around your home if your home is just not that clean and fresh. So use your Ravintsara wisely. Terrific support for our respiratory system. In terms of turmeric, we can, you want to use it to help support glucose and lipid metabolism if you can take it internally. You can use it to enhance it's a cellular antioxidant. For your enzymes, specifically glutathione. In a veggie cap, you can use it to support a healthy nervous system and basically your cellular function. So it's super important. We also know that turmeric is sold as a capsule. It is an anti-inflammatory. So any of you who are dealing with any inflammation issues, turmeric is a wonderful product for you to add into your daily routine. It can boost a healthy immune response, if you will. And honestly, what's interesting is it can also be used as a topical. So if you're a person who in general suffers from blemishes or sees blemishes, sometimes on your face or maybe on your back, I know people talk about back knee, you can add turmeric into your routine and applying it directly to the skin. You can take it, as I mentioned, internally for metabolic support, really cool. I don't know if you love the smell of turmeric. You can let me know in the chat. Tell me yes or no. I see Teresa shaking her head. I remember hearing Emily Wright saying that it smells like roots that have been burned up in a fire. And I don't know if you've heard that expression before. I've said it here, but not recently. So kind of smoky, a little bit more heavy. I'm going to call it heady or intoxicating, but it is kind of a strongish, herbally, rooty smell. So if that makes any sense to you, that's what it smells like. It can be used to improve mood. So if you're a person who struggles with maybe late afternoon, feeling a little bit blue, this is another oil that you can be using. You can also use it after strenuous activity as part of your massage routine. So you can self-massage. So if it's maybe your legs or a hip or something that's troubling you, you can apply it directly there. I would use a carrier oil, especially when you're using it as part of a massage. After that, the other ways we talked about taking it internally, you want to take that without a carrier oil. Okay, next on the hit parade, I have a few recommendations for you. It's turmeric time. There are, here's a great group of slides for diffusing. Now, I am looking at I have my second screen over here. I'm looking at some of these recipes. For me, I really like the addition of the Madagascar vanilla. I think it's warm. I think it has a lot of depth, and I think the warm of the turmeric with the warm of the vanilla is going to be a good match. And we've got that, let's call it turmeric latte, that 1-2, warm and spicy going on like a chai. I think that's going to be a beautiful combination. Next on the hit parade is our Ravintsara combination. Here's a couple of diffuser blends for you. You can take a screenshot of this. If you're listening to me on YouTube, good morning, good evening, wherever you are. I'm so happy you're joining us. And let us know in the comments below. And take a moment, please, to just hit that subscribe button. We love our subscribers. And we also would love to hear from you. What are some of the things that you would like to hear about? Tell us in the comments below, or tell me in the chat now if you're listening live. Okay, our next specials are from Singapore, and our Singapore specials are also kind of interesting. We've got quite a few of them. We've got one that is a PV, what I call a 200 PV special. If you place a single order of 200 PV and you upgrade your oil to 255 PV, interesting that they made it 255. Anybody in Asia, if you're in Singapore, can you let me know why 255? Is it an important number? Is there a reason for that? So I'd love to hear, but your single order, you'll receive a 5 milliliter of deep blue essential oil blend, and that is not blended with any sort of fractionated coconut oil. Pardon me, if you upgrade to 255 PV, you will also receive eucalyptus. So now let's talk about some of the products of the month. Product of the month, this is with our 125 PV LRP. You're going to get Tangerine. Tangerine has some very good cleansing properties. So when we talk about substituting or looking for citrus oils with that D-limonene in it, Tangerine has a rich orangey, but more depth to me. So if you think about wild orange oil with a little bit more sweetness, a little bit more depth, you're thinking about tangerine oil. I like to substitute it into some of my blends because I think that it's just mixing it up. It's a little bit different. Our 10% off in Singapore is ginger oil, and actually ginger and tangerine are wonderful combined together. You can combine your ginger oil. Ginger oil is for our support of our digestive system. You can apply it directly to the belly. I recommend ginger for children because it is a single oil. If you've ever used ginger as part of your digestive routine, let me know in the chat. You can add it into many of our diffuser blends. There's a couple of great blends out there that add ginger with some orange and get sort of like a chai or that depth of feeling or that depth of smell, scent that ginger brings is not only therapeutically very uplifting, but can be uplifting to mood, and certainly sense a room in a way that's very sophisticated and super nuanced, which I really like. We've got our beautiful, this is kind of an interesting promo that we've got, our Feel Confident and Beautiful and Powerful. This is in honor of International Women's Day. So congratulations to all women that are celebrating. We've got quite a few products, and I think I'm looking at this left to right. We've got a 5 milliliter Roman chamomile. We've got a lang-a-lang in there, fractionated coconut oil. We've got a hydrating cream, which let me tell you, anybody who's in the US and really several other markets has been completely out of stock. So you want to grab your hydrating cream right away. You get an aromatherapy bowl set, including a wooden face mask mixing bowl with a spatula and a glass product jar and a partridge in a pear tree. But what it looks like is you're going to take that bowl, you're going to add your hydrating cream, and then you're going to add your ylang-ylang or your Roman chamomile or whatever oils you would have, and then you're going to be able to mix it with that little spatula and then apply it to your face. And then once you've got your extra product, you can actually put it into that little other jar. And I have to say that other jar is very cute, very sleek. It would look beautiful in a bathroom as just kind of a decorative item. The other special that we've got is beautiful teeth and fresh breath, because evidently this is the month of beautiful teeth or healthy mouth, I think it is. Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but there's evidently a healthy mouth celebration. And if you've ever gone onto some of the online calendars, you'll see all sorts of crazy holidays, National Popcorn Day and Avocado Day and so on. But beautiful teeth and fresh breath is a great idea, whether you're celebrating a holiday or not. It's so funny. I know that none of you can smell me, certainly. You're not close enough to see my teeth, I don't think. But every morning, I want you to know when I get on this call, I always brush, floss, and rinse with mouthwash. So just so you know, you can tell I brush my hair, but it's sort of, I don't know, part of my wake-up routine. If I didn't do it, I wouldn't be able to talk as well. So I have to brush my teeth before I get on here. Sounds silly, but I do it. We've got in this kit, we've got a 15 milliliter peppermint. We've got an On Guard. We've got our cinnamon bark essential oil. We've got our On Guard dental floss, which in some markets has not been available full-time as part of the catalog. It's kind of drifted in and out. And then we've got a full-size toothpaste. We've also got the toothpaste packets, and you're actually going to get two 10 packs. I think this is a really kind of a good deal. It's wholesale 143 with the PV of 72, and it's all your mouth care in one spot. Now, one of the things I have done in the past is I've taken the On Guard toothpaste and I've added a drop of essential oil, many of the ones that are on here, and then brushed my teeth. And I find that the cleansing properties of the additional essential oil last for hours, sometimes even overnight, which is shocking, but really works. Let's talk a little bit about Tangerine. Like I said, I love the richness of Tangerine, but here's an all citrus diffuser blend using lime, orange, and lemon combined with your brand new Tangerine. So take a screenshot of that. I think you're really going to like that one too. Okay, let's talk about Malaysia. Got some great, this is a great screenshot, I have to say. This is a great shot of Malaysia, right in Central City. Some of our specials include our product of the month is fractionated coconut oil in the full 115 milliliter size. And our 10% off is passion roll-on. That's going to expire. It does say that these partially expire in 2022. So if you're concerned about that, you're not going to use it up. I have to be honest with you. I know that doTERRA puts the expiration dates on all of their products, and I respect from them for that. And I know that there's been a move in the marketplace for essential oil companies to put expiration dates on all their products. But I will tell you, I have used, especially my essential oils, past the expiration dates without any effect at all. Now, if you've equal potency, equal efficacy, no change of color, no change of smell, they are really very long lasting. Now, in the case of roll-ons, we also have fractionated coconut oil added in. However, I have never had fractionated coconut oil become rancid on me. Could it? I imagine that it could. I do keep my oils in a temperature controlled. And by temperature controlled, I mean, I don't freeze them or boil them. I don't leave them in my car in the summer. I don't stick them in my freezer. I don't leave them in my car when it's, -5 degrees centigrade. I try to keep them in normal temperature ranges. Again, never had any issue with my fractionated coconut oil. Now, I'd love to hear from you, because I know some of you that I talk to are very concerned with the expiration dates. Now, I do understand sometimes with creams or other products, you could see separation if you were to keep that product past the expiration date. Will you use your products after the expiration date? Now, I'm not telling you that doTERRA should sell them after the expiration date. That would be not good at all. But if you had a product and the expiration date had passed, if a doTERRA product, not any product, a doTERRA product, would you toss it or would you continue to use it? I want to hear it in the chat. Please let me know. Tell me, yes, I would use it, or no, in the trash it goes. I'm going to keep going, but I really want to hear. I'm going to actually wait a minute because I want to see what are you all saying? I don't see anyone responding yet, so I'm going to hold on for about 20 seconds. I really want to see what you all have to say. Betsy says, yes, use it. Leiling says, yes, I continue to use. Ferry says, yes, I will use. Let's hear from a couple of other people. Afi says, yes, continuing to use it. Anne says, yes. Claire says, yes. Claire says, yes, as long as it smells the same. Yeah, if it doesn't smell differently. Jumat says, yes, used it. Using externally will continue, but not internally, says Debbie Tan. Okay, that's fair. And that may be your criteria. Lynette says, we'll use if there's no discoloration and still smells the same. Yes, I completely agree. Now, I would maybe make a distinction between essential oils in bottles and essential oils in capsules. Why? Because I think the gel caps can deteriorate. But if the gel caps are still in good good condition, and I don't see any deterioration of the gel cap, I would probably use it for another 6 months. After that, I would probably toss it. After that, the gel cap, I think, actually begins to deteriorate. Sometimes they'll be all stuck together. But I'm of the mind that, and this is something that I was taught when I first started using essential oils, that they really don't spoil. They can evaporate, because I'm sure all of you have had the experience of opening up an older bottle of a citrus oil and it's basically empty, or you've tried to give a sample to someone and left the sample bottle kind of off to the side, and then all of a sudden you go to open it up and boom, there's literally nothing in it. The whole thing has just gone away. So I really like to keep my oils well protected, but also keep using them, ladies and gentlemen. And it seems to me that almost everyone is saying yes, 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 that they would continue to use them. So thanks for that little internal poll. If you're watching on YouTube, yeah, let me know. I'd love to hear what's your take on it. Will you continue to use it, or you will not? You would dump it. Okay, let's keep going. We've got our Deep Relief as our 200, and this is our special in Malaysia, so very similar to Singapore. At 200 PV, you're going to get Deep Blue Rub and Deep Essential Oil Blend. If you add another 55 PV, you're going to get Wintergreen. Really nice. That's a wonderful oil and a wonderful combination. Wintergreen is in our Deep Blue Rub, but it's nice to be able to layer on a little bit extra. And our Wintergreen is a wonderful smelling product. You can see that both the Deep Blue essential oil and the Wintergreen have the larger size tops. And the reason they have that is we want to protect children. They are a product that they're not dangerous, right? So don't get worried, anybody. But they do contain a salicylic acid product, which is the same type of thing that makes up our aspirin. So we don't want, and I have to say, Wintergreen to me smells like chewing gum. And I can imagine if you were a little kid and you were smelling this, you would say, oh, chewing gum in a bottle, and want to just drink back a whole bunch of drops. However, I think the second it hit their tongue, they would be thinking, bleh, this is disgusting. But needless to say, we don't want to entice them to take too much of something really that they should not. Okay. Next, we've got our, here's another, this is super interesting to me. And I'm going to ask all of you a couple of different questions on this, because I thought that this was really fascinating. We've got two specials here. These are products that are going to become part of our regular product line in Malaysia. And we've got one that we all know, Ravintsara, and the other one, Schisandra. Tell me in the chat, if you're from Malaysia, how you use Schisandra, and have you purchased it before? Because I would really like to hear. Let me know in the chat. I am waiting with bated breath. Never heard of Schisandra. I opened this up. It is an oil that does support your respiratory system, similar to Ravintsara. We can see that, and it can be used also for muscle relaxation. You can apply it topically, but oh, Betty's telling us for facial or internal use, we'll use external only. Oh, I'm sorry. Betty's actually telling us about the previous question. Betty, have you used Schisandra? Please, Malaysia people, tell us if you used it before. I'm going to hang on here for a minute, and I want to hear what do you think? It seems never had this in the United States. We've never even talked about it. I don't even remember seeing it in a blend. Anyone from Malaysia that can chime in? Let me know, my Malaysia team, but it is going to be part of your regular product line. Okay. We've got also our Hooga. And remember, this is kind of an interesting, whoops, I'm going to take that off for a second because we've got a little bit of feedback. There we go. There we go. Now we've got no more feedback. Let's go back to our regular scheduled program. We've got our Hooga essential oil with our diffuser, which is a special, give me 1 second, there we go. I know I'm a little bit all over the place today. I don't mean to be, but I'm out of my normal, like, broadcasting studio. So I'm kind of swapping from screen to screen and trying to do the best I can. If I'm not, I hope I'm not disturbing you too much. I'm really happy that you're here. And I want to do a good job so that everybody gets the information that they need. Okay, let's talk about the Hygge. This is called a petal kit, and it's going to come with the petal diffuser and a 50 milliliter Hygge. It is only available from the 1st through the 15th of March. I know Hygge has been a very limited essential oil special. It is $318 with a PV of 15. So if you're looking for Hygge, you haven't been able to get it, and you're in Malaysia, this is your chance. Okay, we've also got a beautiful gua sha beauty collection. I love that gua sha, the rose quartz gua sha stone with the black felt bag. It does sort of have a corrugation on the side, which I personally have never seen. I don't know if you would ever use the corrugated part, or if you did, where would you use it? Maybe on larger parts of the body. For anyone who knows anything about gua sha, please let me know. I have not heard. And Betty says, Schisandra, is that the response to the Schisandra question? Betty's telling us that she has not yet tried the oil, but she has had the real fruit before. Ah, very interesting. And Leilang says, yes, I have, and had only used for application, haven't tried for diffusing yet. And she used, Ashley says that she used Ravintsara plus lavender to diffuse. So let's talk a little bit about our gua sha set. Again, available from the 1st through the 15th of March. We've got a Yarrow Palm 15 milliliter. We've got the serum. So we've got two things. We've got the Yarrow Palm essential oil blend. We've also got our body serum. The difference really between the serum and the botanical is that in the botanical with the dropper top, we only have the yarrow essential oil and the pomegranate essential oil. In the body serum, there are some additional ingredients. This would be a terrific either facial routine or body routine. These are beautiful, beautiful products, and the gua sha stone is really just amazing. We've also got actually, I think, one more special in Malaysia, eye makeup remover DIY. So I just wanted to let you know, if you get, and if anybody's ever used this before, you can blend 5 drops of frankincense, 5 drops of lavender, and then fill the remainder with fractionated coconut oil. And ladies, I don't know if you've ever done this before, but maybe you've come home from a party and you've got those raccoon eyes, or you've used a new kind of mascara. This is a great way to get off all those essential oils without using heavy chemicals. So I kind of love this. You can just roll it on with your finger, roll it onto your finger, apply to your eye, and then remove it with a soft cloth or tissue. We don't want to roll the roller bottle right on our eye, right? We might just get a little bit too much product. We don't want to get the product in our eye, but applying it to the fingertips and then to the eye area should take off the makeup right away. Okay, Philippines. Let's talk a little bit about Philippines. Again, we've got a really kind of interesting photo there. Don't ask me why this photo came out so weird. I got this where I get all the photos, but it looks like a little fat chubby bottle, but it is not, is the normal 15 milliliter bottle of lemongrass. And that is the product of the month in the Philippines. How can we use essential lemongrass? We can use it with fractionated coconut oil for a massage after a workout. We can use it to flavor entrees and different dishes. It does promote healthy digestion, blends well with basil, cardamom, and spearmint. And then you can rub it or spritz it on the skin before going outside. It does naturally repel insects. So if you're in a place or going to a place, I see a couple of you out there that are from living in Florida now. There may be some more insects as it begins to warm up. And I know in many countries, there are quite a few insects. The primary benefits are really healthy digestion, soothing massage, and you can use it just to feel a little bit fresher. That's one of the things that I really like about lemongrass oil. Our other special, so we're going for a 1-2 punch, it seems to me. with insect repellent. TerraShield, the TerraShield spray is 10% off. Very portable, very easy to use. TerraShield, as you know, has a blend of essential oils and was specifically made to repel bugs. So use your TerraShield oil. In the US, we have gone to a slightly different formula based on some newer research. The TerraShield spray, though, I think for the time being, until stocks have run out, is going to have the original formula. So just so you know, if you're getting the spray and you are in the Philippines, you're probably getting the original formula. Just as an aside, I want you to know that. I think as time goes on, we'll eventually have everybody onto the same stock. Okay, relax and unwind. Again, a massage promo from the 1st through the 31st of March. You're going to get a 5 milliliter deep blue. If you purchase a 150 to 199 PV in a single order. If you increase your order to 200 PV and above, you will also get the 15 milliliter Aroma Touch and the wooden tray. And I imagine the wooden tray, it's a little hard to see here, is to kind of prop up and display your oils, but it looks very pretty and it says doTERRA on it, and it's neutral enough you could really use it anywhere. Okay, we've got a couple of new products in the Philippines. The Terrastone Passive Diffuser. Let me tell you, anybody, anywhere, if you can get your hands on some of these passive diffusers, they are amazing. They show them in the bottom. You get 2 in the box. Sort of that space gray on the left and something they're calling champagne, but to me almost looks like a very light gold color. When you open up the top of the diffuser, it has a small disc made of terracotta. You can put whatever essential oils you want in them. I've been using it non-stop in my mother's small apartment. As you know, my mother lives in a small sort of studio apartment. And sometimes it's difficult in the wintertime to keep the air in there feeling fresh. My mom gets cold a lot. She doesn't want to open the windows. And if we put on the fans, then she gets colds as well. These diffusers are amazing. I keep one sort of in the front of her apartment, another one closer to the bathroom. And I just use oils on them on repeat. Every time I go to visit, I just saturate that little disc and it smells amazing. So in the US, these were available up until a couple of weeks ago. I've just been buying them on repeat. Also, I think, I don't remember what the price is in the US. It's very reasonable. Here in the Philippines, it's a PV of 30. In Philippine pesos, it is 2,500, but well worth the cost, very useful. The other interesting thing that they send in the box is sort of like a little jelly sticker. I don't know what else to call it, that you can stick on the bottom so that you can put it in places that would tend to be slippery. So if you wanted to put it on the back of a toilet, which might slip around a little bit, you can put it there with your little jelly sticker and it will be glued in place. Just something to keep in mind. And then you can refresh the essential oils on it. Love, love, love this product. I love passive diffusers in general, but this is just hands down a super hit for me. And I bought tons of them over the Christmas holidays. And I actually recently got back on and purchased a few more. So my recommendation, buy these, terrific price. And Midnight Forest goes without saying, just a wonderful essential oil that we don't want to live without. It's a blend of pine and other evergreen oils, and it just smells magnificent. Okay, lemon eucalyptus is a great cleansing agent. It is a new product in the Philippines. If you have not tried, I strongly recommend that you do. You can see that this lady is using it to really do a good detoxification. Again, doTERRA seems to be going with maybe a bug or spring cleaning theme. So take their cues, purchase their essential oils at discount, and do exactly what they are recommending. Okay, last but not least, in the Philippines, there's an out of stock of the introductory kit. And I don't usually focus on out of stocks. In fact, I never do, but I had to here because this is such a great little kit. And I know that they're going to have it back in stock soon, but I just wanted to remind everyone, sometimes we talk about lots of different products and we talk about the newest, the best, the latest, the greatest, but honestly, especially for anybody who's just starting, lavender, lemon, and peppermint terrific combination. You can do so much with them. So when this comes back in stock, you want to make sure you have yours. And for those of you who have not tried this triple punch combo, I would say get your hands on these 3 oils and just kind of go for it. We've got one last diffuser blend recommendation for you using your lemongrass. You can add bergamot and grapefruit for very clean, citrusy smell. Lemongrass can be a strong smell. So if it's not your favorite, I would maybe reduce that lemongrass by at least 1 drop, maybe 2. For me, bergamot, as you know, hands down, favorite oil, and then blended with grapefruit, very, very fresh and clean. So that's it for today. I think those specials were good. I don't know if you think that they're good. I'd love to hear in the chat. Marianne is telling us that she uses the small diffuser in her car. Excellent place for it. And again, you can use that little gel sticky and put it in a car so it doesn't slide around. And then you can just add your diffuser, now I know there are car diffusers that have water in them, but I have to tell you, I'm always leery and they have to be cleaned. Not my thing, ladies and gentlemen. I like the passive diffusers better. Okay, last but not least, please follow us on social media. Give us a like below if you are, and maybe a thumbs up, and subscribe if you're listening to this on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram. We always have more tips and tricks. And finally, on Facebook, we're still there all the time. We love our Facebook friends and we'd love to see you there too. Remember, you are amazing. There's a lot of things going on in our world now. I want you to know that you're loved and cared for, that I'm always praying for the upline and the downline. And I want to make sure that you know that in my heart and in my mind, you're always first and foremost of mind for me. So just know that there's someone thinking about you. And obviously, if you ever need to send me a message, you know where to find me. Thank you so much for having been here, everyone. I know you're going to have a tremendous week. I'm looking forward to just a lot of fun. I'm going to be here in Texas through about midweek. I actually arrived middle of last week. I spent a couple of days in Dallas, and now I'm I'm looking out the window. It is not a beautiful day here. I hope it clears up. Still a little bit early. I see a glimmer of light on the horizon, but it's not quite 8 o'clock here. So let's hope it all clears up, but much warmer than New Jersey. For those of you who are in New Jersey, right before I left New Jersey, it was about -5, I think, in New Jersey, which is kind of cold still for March, -5 centigrade for all my US people. And just not great weather at all. Winter is still holding on. I know we're going to see a turn to spring. I'm not pushing the seasons this year. I have to tell you, remember how I've always told you, I like to push the season, jump into my spring clothes. Not this year. I'm just staying bundled up, and you can see, even though I'm in a warm place, I'm kind of wearing a long sleeve sweater, a light one, but I'm still wearing a long sleeve sweater. This has been a great trip. It's been great spending time with you. Thank you so much for having been here. If you're on live, stay on, because you know we always give away products. But for those of you on YouTube, thank you for having been here, and we will see you again next week. Bye-bye now.